WhaleWave is one of, if not the heaviest X-Bays ever released. Combined with the kind of weird elevate bit, is it worth your money, or is it just all blubber? I tried to come up with a whale joke, and the best I have is blubber. Take it or leave it. The WhaleWave is part of the BX36 Random Booster Select, released at the same time as the El Drago Random Booster Select. So Takara Tomy released two random boosters at the same time, and that's like criminal. That is criminal behavior. Since this is a random booster select, there are three different WhaleWaves you can potentially get. There is the prize, which is a teal and pinkish color. Then we have a white and lilac version, and a kind of chocolate brown and yellow one. Kind of reminds me of banana pudding. So now let's dive straight into the box, and the first part we're going to look at is the bits, which is called E or Elevate. This is a brand new part, and as you can see, it definitely looks kind of funky. It has kind of a flared teeth towards the bottom, which is definitely unusual, as well as the very obvious and kind of large outer disc. One of the best bit comparisons you can make with Elevate is Disc Ball, just because they have the outer disc. But as you can see, Elevate is definitely really different, and it's also pretty short as well. It's surprisingly shorter than basically every bit out there right now, besides maybe low flat, but kind of surprising. Something else that's kind of interesting about Elevate is whenever it's traveling on the extreme line, it gets kind of lifted off the stadium just a little bit. Takara Tomy shows this off pretty well in their official video, and because it has this sort of flared teeth and it's kind of short, it just is able to lift a little bit. And because of that, it has some really weird spin behavior as well. It's just a very unique piece. This video is all about the new heavyweight champion WhaleWave. And if you guys want to get one for yourself, go and check out sponsor of the channel Mall of Toys. They have WhaleWave as well as the new El Drago remakes up for sale right now. And if you want to get some other X releases like Dran Buster or Cobalt Dragoon, they have those up for sale as well. So go and check out sponsor of the channel Mall of Toys, links in the description down below, and make sure you use code ilinnuc to get 5% off. Next up, we have the Ratchet, which is a deep sea ocean blue color 580. Probably one of the better and also heavier Ratchets in the entire game. I prefer lower Ratchets like 560 or 160, but 580 is pretty decent as well. It's not really a new part though. We've seen 580 plenty of times before, and it's the only not new part with the prize WhaleWave, so what do you think about it? And then finally, we have the prize bay itself with WhaleWave. And whenever I first saw pictures of this bay, I definitely thought it was cool, although the El Drago remake was definitely a lot more interesting. But now that we actually have WhaleWave, it could be a game changer. Let's talk about the shape first. It has these 5 kind of upward lifting points, and it creates kind of a weird side profile. It definitely has a lot of top weight, which might not be that great for balance or maybe stamina. It's going to be able to tip over pretty easily, but because of that upward angle, it has some pretty serious potential for attack. And this is a balance type blade, by the way. And balance types are usually towards the middle in their how heavy they are. Think of bays like Hell Scythe or Vice Tiger that are around 33 or 34 grams. Then we have WhaleWave, and mine is 38.1 grams. That is absolutely insane, and it rivals some of the other heaviest bays like Phoenix Wing, Cobalt Drake, and Arrow Pegasus. And my 38.1 gram WhaleWave isn't even the heaviest WhaleWave that I have. Before we talk about that, let's look at the full combo of WhaleWave. And as you can see, it has a pretty interesting side profile. It looks pretty tall and it looks pretty thick as well, just because of how it's built. It's kind of weird. It does have a pretty noticeable gap between the blade and the ratchet, which isn't a huge deal, although the bigger the gap, the bigger the target for your opponent to hit and potentially burst your combo. Now let's move on to some of the other color schemes of WhaleWave, starting with the white and lilac one. This is not my favorite color out of the entire set. In fact, it's probably my least favorite. I like the other color schemes a little bit more, and I'm also not the biggest fan of the parts that are included here as well. Looking at the bit, we have GB, or gear ball, and I don't really know if this part is that good or bad. I don't really see anybody using it, and I never use it as well, so I don't really care about it. It does have a pretty nice looking white and kind of sparkly plastic 380. It's 380 though. Why do I care about it? It's super old. And then we have the actual blade itself with the white and pinkish lilac color WhaleWave. It's functionally the exact same as the prize WhaleWave, it's just a different color, and I just don't like this color as much. And now we move on to the final bay in this random booster select with the banana pudding whale. That's what I'm calling it from now on. This one I definitely like a lot more. Starting with the bit, we have a jet black version of High Needle. High Needle originally released with Night Lance like a year ago at this point, and it's not really my favorite bit, although I'm definitely liking it a lot more now that more bays are out. I just don't really use it that much. Then we have the 470 ratchet, which is probably the worst ratchet in this entire select. You know, 470 is a decent height, although the four-sided ratchets are definitely more burst prone because they're more square, the little protrusions pop out a little bit more, and it's not the best. But what is the best is the banana pudding WhaleWave. Whenever we first got pictures, I thought it looked good, and whenever we got it in real life, I thought it looks even better. In fact, this entire random booster select has a really nice pool of colors. We have a green and pink, we have a lilac and white, and then we have a sort of chocolate and yellow, which are just not common color schemes. Once again, it is just WhaleWave, so it's not going to be any different from the other ones, except in its weight. My banana pudding WhaleWave blade weighs 38.4 grams, which is ridiculous. That's like 0.3 more than the other WhaleWaves that I have, and it's easily the heaviest X blade I have in my entire collection. I did just get these guys though, which may rival that in weight, but I really don't think so. But just because it's heavy doesn't mean it's going to be really good. So let's go to some test battles to see if WhaleWave is worth talking about. Oh! We have WhaleWave up against Phoenix Rudder. And there we go. Whale takes the first round. Oh! Another huge strike. Oh! Whale almost sent into the extreme pockets and not able to win that one. What the? Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering why I'm punching the shit out of Phoenix, but let's go back. I was using a launcher link by Noozle 3D, and I launched Phoenix first, and the string came back and knocked the elevate bit off of Whale. And whenever I tried to basically pick up the pieces, Phoenix ran right into my fingernail, causing it to crack. And it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good at all. Nothing huge so far. Quick little strike from WhaleWave sends once again Phoenix into the extreme pocket. Oh! Oh! Both bays burst, but Whale did burst first. All right, Wave. Oh! Up against Hell's Hammer. Okay, kind of surprising. It looked like Whale was beating Hammer, but there's an over finish. Nothing really too. Oh! Nothing really too. Oh! A bit of a rapid strike, a double attack on Hammer, and there's a burst finish. Holy! We have the intense power of Phoenix Swing, and Wave is sent out. Oh, Phoenix almost sent out of the stadium. Wave is... Oh, man. What? I'm actually kind of surprised that Whale won that. It was kind of getting thrown around, and it looked like it was about to be over, but it won. Oh! Whale flung around the extreme line. Oh my goodness. Wow. How that even burst, I have no idea. WhaleWave got destroyed. Let it... Oh my goodness. We have the other two versions of Whale. Oh. Okay, well, the heavy one won. I don't know if that was a coincidence. Oh my goodness. Oh! Dude, is it Gear Ball? Is Gear Ball just that bad? This super heavy WhaleWave is really interesting, and I have some more testing I want to do in the future. So what did you guys think of the battles? Overall, I think WhaleWave did about as I was expecting, which is a good thing because my expectations were pretty high. I've seen so many people rave about how good WhaleWave is, especially up against some of those really good combos like, Wizard Rod. I've also heard a lot of good things about the Elevate bit as well, especially on Cobalt Dragoon. There's been quite a few content creators here on YouTube making videos about Cobalt Dragoon on 760 and Elevate. And Zanky even calls it Beyblade X's first spin steel combo, which is pretty monumental for the series. I still need to do some of my own testing, but WhaleWave could end up being one of the best releases of the entire year.